Welcome to the lab-grown diamonds roundtable.
The natural or the mined diamond are shocked about what is happening now.
In China, we have some misleading KOLs.
In the New York street, someone was selling a 1 carat diamond in a $20. Now this is...
The boat is living now, but it's not going to work.
Everything what's happening now is based on fear.
It is not a real terminology for diamond.
Martin's open attack on lab-grown diamonds.
You don't have to compete with a typical price war. Like what Martin was saying, it is your industry. Zulu, please give me answer onto this, or if at all, if there is an argument.
These kind of statements is kind of like misleading the retailers and everyone. They say they are guiding the retailer, but they're absolutely not. Consumer is going to drive the whole industry, not me, not them.
So there will be a balance.
The turnover, we are talking about, this is a 12 billion or 20 billion industry today. It will turn multiple rings. We are only talking about 2 to 3% of the user who is using natural diamond in this world. We're talking about another 80-90% of the consumers who haven't even touched the diamond, and lab grown is the blessing for them.
Fighting with natural diamond industry doesn't help. Zulu, you're smiling.
Because we're from Smiling Rocks.
Hey everybody, welcome to the lab-grown diamonds roundtable. Utpal Zulu LIANG, excited to have you here. So let's start with your intros in an alphabetical order. So Liang, let's hear your intro and a little bit about yourself and the current state of the LGD industry.
Yes, thank you, Sandhya. Thank you very much for inviting me here to join this second round of the LGD roundtable. Yes, my pleasure to join. Hello, friends of the LGD magazine. This is Liang from China. I am the senior strategy advisor to Christian, which is one of the largest CVD growers, focusing on producing high quality CVD diamonds for the industry. So as my thoughts about the current industry, it is my observation that although we have been facing with a huge decline of the price in the past months this year, but we also positively witnessed the increase of the trade volume, far more passing over the decline in value. So we can see that in the American market, we see 50 to 50 market share between the electro and the lab-grown. And in Hong Kong, which is the major hub for Chinese lab-grown rough diamonds to India, it is recorded that the LGD trade increased 39% in volume, while the value just declined 33% from January to September this year. And we can see that the margin is getting narrower while the penetration rate is getting higher. And the industry is returning from fanaticism back to rationality. So the trade is still active. So this is my positive view to the current industry. Thank you.
And we've got Roger with us. Hey Roger, we just started and you are the next one because we're starting in alphabetical order. So Roger, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Very well, Roger.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for inviting me to this roundtable and this amazing team that you have created for this talk tonight. And my name is Roger Kylberg. I'm a Swedish guy. Been in the fashion industry the whole part of my life, and developing brand listed companies, non-listed companies, fashion, clothing, jewelry, cosmetics, etc., etc. I'm working with more or less all the big brands from a business perspective, in production, in sales, in e-commerce, etc., etc. I was running a brand and built a brand called Daniel Wellington. I'm not sure if you have heard about it. It's a watch brand for many years ago. And I left Sweden. I moved to Middle East, and I was living in Hong Kong. I was living here. I was living in New York. I was all over the place, and kind of fall in love in this region and the I will say the connection with people, how you work in a different way, and also it's a very big difference compared to Sweden, where I come from. Then I was running into two gentlemen, and I was presented by another woman who also are a partner in this project about the lab-grown industry. And I've always loved to be disrupting things, and they presented the case from me, and I saw huge potential. Raised some funds. We started a company, 2.4 Diamonds, and we are I will say we have the whole ecosystem. We develop our own reactors. We grow the diamond, we produce the seeds, we sell the seeds. Of course, we grow rough, but we do low stone or polished stone directly. And we do everything in-house from GCC or in Dubai, where we are located now. First grower or first lab-grown diamond company who do the whole process in the region. I think the business or the industry is a little bit shocked by the extremely demand that are out from the consumer at the moment. We're also coming from a very classic way of building the brands from the natural business, where the natural business trying to I would say use the same working methodology, but this is far away from doing the natural business. I have never been there, but what I have learned on this in this trip, the lab-grown diamond disrupt and whole industry, I will say, more or less what Tesla have been doing in the car industry. It's exactly the same analogy as I see it. It's an amazing industry. It's so much to do. It's so many competent people everywhere. And it's a very, very deep tech-driven business where everything will come from that.
Superb. Yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts. And in alphabetical order, now we would be glad to hear from Utpal. So, hi Utpal, a little bit about you, the work you've been doing, and your current thoughts on the industry.
Hello, I am Utpal Mistry. By education, I am an electronics engineer, but in the business, I'm way better known as a diamond technology provider. We are one of the biggest and the largest diamond machines and technologies and software developers in the world, with our Cutwise platform, which is one of the biggest cloud platform for the natural as well as the lab-grown diamond industry. Regarding the lab-grown diamond industry, because we are in Surat, we are very close to the Surat diamond manufacturers. In fact, next doors are the Green Lab Diamonds and the Hare Krishna and Banderi. There are some few lab-grown diamond industries which are very, very near to us. They were our initial clients which were in the natural diamond industry. So as such, as a technology provider for the machines and technology and softwares, we don't see much of a difference except for the value or the cost of the lab-grown diamond. I see the major challenge is regarding the actual value or actual cost of the lab-grown diamond, which does not have the kind of, natural diamond has given us a lot of potential in terms of innovations, because the natural diamond has the value which was assigned to it, and it provided us to develop so many, if you won't believe, there were more than 30 or 40 machines which are being invented for the natural diamond industry in last 30 years, in fact by us. So we want to see the similar scenario in the lab-grown diamond industry as well. And for that, retaining the value of the lab-grown diamond industry is very much important. And in a way, it will also benefit us as well, because currently, till today, our technology was accepted in the natural diamond industry because it has got a huge profit margin and our technology was adding value into it. Similarly, the value addition is there in the lab-grown diamond industry as well, but the quantum of the profit is slightly less, and that is more worrying factor right now. And that is where you all experts are there from the lab-grown diamond industry. And I would also like to hear from you that what kind of strategies in the brand building, or in fact, when Roger was talking about the fashion industries, and when Liang was talking about the production of the lab-grown diamond industries and the seeds and a lot of innovations which you are doing, how you will be able to support the R&D cost for this because of the declining prices. Even that question appears to me as well, because ultimately it will affect us as well. Thank you. I'll keep the forum open.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Utpal, and for raising these important questions and reiterating and obviously sharing with us about you and the work you've been doing. So, alphabetically, Z, Zulu, how are you once again? Looking for...
Hi. So yes, Zulu, would love to hear a little bit about you, the intro, and then your thoughts on the current state of the LGD industry.
First of all, thank you very much, Sandhya and Labgrown Diamond Magazine team for inviting me and giving this opportunity. And all kudos to the viewers of the LGDM audience. And greetings to my all fellow panel discussion members. My name is Zulu Ghevriya. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Smiling Rocks. Smiling Rocks has been founded in 2019, just before the COVID, and it's a brand, it's a luxury brand who is trying to put the positive impact in a very promising future. Yes, we are the brand who is working towards all the positive and sustainable changes that we could afford and we can put forward for the audience. And we are at the stage of very promising industry, as I said, where we will be witness the change of the consumer mindset, change of the new future in the whole luxury industry that we all will be going through and will be enjoying. So it's a very interesting era that we are standing right now, and we all will be experiencing the industry which is going right now in the current stage of let's say a teething problem or the early stage problems that we all are working towards. It's the industry which is very interesting, and then we all looking forward to see how this future is going forward.
Thank you, Zulu, for sharing your thoughts. So I would love to hear from you about the future trends for the coming year 2024, and we could start with Liang, and then everybody else can pitch in.
Yes, when we are talking about the future trend for 2024, I think now is the right moment since we have only 1 month ahead to welcome the 2024. So in 2024, after the what we have been experiencing in 2023, I can see that, or we can expect that some small traders or some small scale growers may quit the market. The price is still going to be declining, but will be smoother than before. Even it is going to touch the bottom of the course, but we can see that will make more space and flexibility for the retailers. So I don't think it is a very bad news, but we can see some hope inside. We can expect stronger retail players to be stepping into the LGD sector, and this will release some encouraging signals for the industry. And last but not the least, I can see that the progress in the technology may lead to new applications, and this will be good for the jewelry market, no matter on the price, but also for the marketing. So this is what I expect in 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Liang, for your thoughts on the future trends. Roger, Utpal, Zulu, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, thank you so much. I will say I am not so far from where Liang is going. I continue to see, or we continue to see, an increased market acceptance. The product is spreading out more globally. It's an acceptance all over the offers. It's not only US who have been so big on the lab-grown diamond for many years. Everyone else is following now. We see the technological advancements for sure. It's extremely important to drive the technology. As also was mentioned earlier, it's a heavy R&D cost to follow and develop these kind of things. The diversity in the offering, if we compare ourselves to the minded diamonds or the natural business, we have a beautiful product that can be so much more than just a gemstone. I believe that it's very important that all of us choose our path and also diverse our portfolio, go into the industrial sides. You have the wafers, you have the semiconductors, you have the quantum computing, you have so many different opportunities to go. So don't be afraid for what is happening now. This is normal market adjustment. The other thing that I think is very important for the future is collaboration and partnership between us, where we can split and exchange information and also way of working together to unify. I am good at one thing, Liang is good at another thing, Solo is on a third. We need to find ways how to work on this. The market is so big. The potential is so huge. Another thing that also is very important, was mentioned, is it's a lot of new brands that coming in and entering the scene. We saw the other month, one of the biggest fashion brand in the world, Prada, is entering the industry, and they choose to do it with lab-grown diamonds because they are much more flexible how they can work with that. They can control the supply chain. They can, I will say, synthesize their assortment much more compared to other things. I think we just are in a state where it's very non-mature market that need to settle. The price will always move up and down in the world. It's about to know what you do, to what price, what standard would you like to offer, where would you like to play. That, I believe, is the most important things that we see for 2024.
As Roger just mentioned, that the field is opening, more and more people are players are entering into business right now. We have seen the big fashion brands as taking their interests very seriously in the industry. These brands are not just entering in the product line. They just like it. They heard it from somewhere and they're entering. These brands has a great detailed survey about or study about what consumers' mindsets are, where the consumers are heading towards, what kind of products they would like to buy. So these are the signs that the mandate that consumers has given to lab-grown diamond is absolutely correct and is going forward with very strategic direction. So all we are moving to the right direction. What I see in the future still, facing more challenging in coming years. Again, the trust and the price structurization is very important for all of us, where the industry need to settle somewhere to gain more confidence of the retailers. Though consumers love these products, but who carry the industry is the player of the industry. They are retailers, they are wholesalers, they are growers. To gain more confidence among the industry is very important for all of us. So I see these are the challenges coming up right now. Same time, the natural diamond industry will put more force to promote the natural diamond industry, which is correct on their angle, but it's kind of creating some dilemma on the industry as well. So these are the challenges that we will face in coming time. And again, the consumers' interest is gaining more and more. I was just reading one of the study from Eden Golan, and the numbers were still very encouraging that the sales in the retailers are increasing the double digit, which is very good news, no matter what size of the market or standard of the market today. But the lab grown is one of the most favorite product for the consumers today, and retailers would love to carry that. So this is what we will see in 2024, continuing and increasing. And plus, again, the technology Roger has just mentioned and Liang has just mentioned that we will have some changes and updates, which is good for the industry as well and challenging as well. So industry will deal with all the challenges in coming year for sure.
So I would like to point towards the solution for this instead of talking about the problems. Now, recently I was just reading an article in the Martin Rapaport has written an article today, just a few hours ago. There was a solitaire ring which was being sold by Walmart at $2,975, 3 carats means lab-grown diamond, because you know Martin, right? He has written this, and the same thing was being sold at 8,190 by Blue Nile. Now, why such price discrepancy is not an issue? The main thing is about the value addition. I would rather say that because we are from technology, we know that from our helium and Laxus technologies and cutwise, we design a lot of new innovations. Because the material rarity is not there in the lab-grown diamond industry, but there is that design things. Say, if you talk about the fire, billion scintillations and the contrast and a lot of things, XYZ. Now, you must be knowing that we are doing this thing for the natural diamond industry, but immediately lab-grown diamond industry has given us a very big move, because the value of the cost of the lab-grown is not so high. It gives us the possibility of designing something very unique. And you won't believe, the same diamond which Dr. Jill Biden was given, we had given this kind of a report, as you can see it on the screen. You know, this is single passport kind of thing. Now it says sometime, and you must be knowing even the 50 carat diamond which was being polished by Kishore Maldar. It was also done by us. We had created a virtual 3D with all around movement, with all the information transparent to the end users. Now, end users, your onus is on also, as I was talking about Roger. Roger is very much connected to the end user or the fashion industry. Your onus is also there to educate the end customer, because the industry is very big. There are new buyers. You don't have to compete with the natural diamond industry. You don't have to, because these both portfolio are quite different. As we can understand from last 30-35 years, we know that natural diamond industry will be there for a unique rarity, unique big stones, but there is a big mass, big, even day before yesterday, I got a call from my friend and she said, Utpal, I want a lab grown diamond of say 1.5 carat. And I said, you won't believe, they Google everything and they come up, Utpal, I need VVS and F color. I said, what is F color? Do you know? And she said, I searched on internet and it's a better color. I said, okay, fine. Don't worry. I have got lot of people in Surat. We will try to offer you. It will be make your own jewelry out of that diamond. It is as simple as this. So she basically, in fact, because she was trusting me, I said, I don't sell diamonds. Neither I am a seller, neither I am kind of a promoter. But the things are, we are well connected with all the industries players. And if you want, I can search and give you certain options and then directly go with the buyer and the seller. I don't want a single commission out of it because she was definitely a friend and I wanted to give her a clear picture. And then also at the same time, I said that if you want really for your jewelry, and she was saying that initially she had thought of a natural diamond, but then thought otherwise in the COVID because it was costing her somewhere around 8 lakhs. And now she was getting it in 80,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees. 2 diamonds, 1.5 carat to 2 carats. So she immediately took that and she was not in, that is why I'm saying it is more about design. And she said, I want hearts and arrow, perfect hearts and arrow. She somehow understood this. See, now this is the beauty of the lab grown diamond industry, that you can make a hearts and arrow, don't compromise on say, even say 49 cents is not an issue or 99 cents is not an issue because you are here going for sizes, millimeters, the ring sizes and likewise. So instead, and she immediately took that because I just arranged a meeting between both of them. And then second friend said, Utpal, I have got my daughter and son-in-law. Their name starts with this and this letter. Can we have a combination of these two letters in the lab grown? Now think about this value and make it more fiery, make it more brilliant. He was knowing this. So this is the design idea. There you don't compete with prices. You don't have to compete with a typical price war. Like what Martin was saying, that it costs $3,000 and this cost, Blue Nile costs $9,000. You don't have to compete. Yeah, sorry. I will be coming to you now because it is your industry. Zulu, please give me answer onto this, or if at all, if there is an argument, definitely I would like to hear.
So I'm telling you, see, like these kind of statements is kind of like misleading the retailers and everyone. They say they're like guiding the retailer, but they're absolutely not. You can see there has been written $226 a 3-carat lab grown diamond. Believe me, the moment I I ordered that piece, and I wanted to see myself like what kind of product I can get $200 and 3-carat lab grown. You won't believe it. They've written the lab grown diamonds over there, lab created diamonds. I ordered that piece. It came to my hand. It was cubic zircon.
Yeah, this is so
and
bad.
This is one of the very, very well-known American retailers. I will give you the name exactly. I've asked my American staff.
Such a bad thing.
And if I'm not wrong, I hope it did not come from Walmart. But the point is that these kind of people, they are misleading people. That's what Martin was mentioning, that some website is getting in 3,000 and Blue Nile is selling 7,000. Blue Nile is a fine jewelry retailer, and then you see that the pricing that Blue Nile is putting is very much as a wholesale content to the consumers. So these kind of things that we shouldn't bother ourselves. Like that's the challenge. I'm telling you, people will try to mislead the consumers, the retailers, and everything. But all the potentials are there about the industry. What the winner is consumers. The consumer love this product. Consumers has seen the positive side of this industry. They've seen the it effect to their wallet, it effect to their beliefs in the better planet. So these are the positives that consumer is taking forward for their new luxury. And all this, if it is in the hand of so-called people, they would never flourish this industry again. But it's not in their hand. They know these things.
Exactly.
The boat is living now. They try their best as much they can, but it's not going to work. This consumer is going to drive the whole industry, not me, not them. This is what the people are aiming forward. And no matter what they do, industry is still selling the best at the price. Industry is still growing in the highest possible way.
I'm really glad that you all, pointed out and spoke about Martin. I was making notes when, we were discussing and stuff. So I'll read from there. Martin, he recently posted that consumers need to be aware of buying lab-grown diamonds and that lab-grown diamonds won't retain any value because of overproduction. So what are your thoughts on it? And if you would like to answer about your thoughts on Martin's open attack on lab-grown diamonds.
Some days ago, I got a news that in the New York street, someone was selling a 1 carat diamond in a $20. Now, this is bullshit. This is not, in fact, the cost of the lab-grown material itself. We know this. So immediately I came to know that this should be a CZ or kind of a moissanite, or it should be a bullshit kind of a diamond. And it was having an IGI certificate. It was also forged. So basically, our onus is on to educate the customers. There should be a forum where we can say that what exactly the lab-grown diamond is. It is not cubic zirconia. It is not moissanite. It is a test tube baby. It is exactly like a natural diamond, except for that it has been born in laboratory rather than earth. That's it. Simple. And that also can be verified using instruments. Now there comes we in the frame, that we are this also checking. We do have the checking machines for natural, lab-grown, CZ, everything. It's like a small stapler kind of thing. It is from GIA, and that can identify whether it is a natural or a lab-grown or a CZ. Cubic zirconia do not carry any value, while LGD definitely has the value. And natural will definitely because of the rarity. So all these three products are different, but sometimes consumers are not aware of. And that is where exactly the online forum or the internet things and will be helping. Your thoughts, Roger?
When I joined this business for 2 years ago, I have been on the other side of the bench in the diamond industry. I have been a customer. Of course, I have been working with brands who carry diamonds, but not as much. So when I start to learn and understand how the natural business has been growing over all the years, I believe that everything what's happening now is based on fear. The natural or the mined diamond are shocked about what is happening now. The lab grown coming in and take what they believe market shares, and maybe it will take some market shares in the beginning, but everything will be balanced. And when you compete with the product that have been controlled and priced by a certain organization instead of letting the consumer setting the price, it's very, very special. It's very, very unique. It's not that H&M and Prada have someone who tell them how much they can sell their t-shirts for. It's about how you build your brand. It's about what standard you're choosing to work with, your production, your R&D, etc., etc. You can buy a t-shirt for $10 and you can buy a t-shirt for $2,000. Depends what you have put in that t-shirt. It cannot be controlled by anyone. The price will always move when you come to quality and where you sell it, how you brand it. It's all about that. I think the natural or minded or lab grown or konya or whatever it is will all exist parallel because we have our consumers. And as you said earlier, Solo, the consumer is the judge and will always be the judge. And the consumer are the one who driving the lab grown business now. They are the one who want this product. no one else. And we cannot tell them differently. If they choose a different path, they will do that. And inshallah, hopefully not.
Thanks. And since we are talking about consumer education, I'd love to ask you a question that I received on LinkedIn, which is like, what do you think, who should be taking the lead in educating the consumers? And how do you see the industry collectively coming together to create a unified message for educating the consumers?
So I just want to catch up with our guest speakers talking about. So previously we were discussing the pricing mechanism in the retail market. Yeah, in different channel, different marketing, different brands, we have different price. So I think this is a basic knowledge in the consuming market. And as for the identification, so we won't call a moissanite as a diamond. But in fact, in China, we have some misleading KOLs. They are talking about moissanite as a diamond. They call it moissanite diamond. So it is not a real terminology for diamond and for moissanite. So in China, we have some national standards clearly identify diamonds, natural diamonds, synthetic diamonds, or lab-grown diamonds, or CZs, or moissanites. So that will be helpful in promoting the market and to assisting the consumer to understand the product. So when we are talking about the consumer education, in my opinion, is that both the big growers and the big retailers are at the right place to lead the consumer education. As for the big growers, they are at the top of the supply chain, and the retailers are nearest to the consumers. So they have different marketing points, but they can do marketing in different angles, but both they can reach the same goal. For example, growers can educate the consumers, can educate the consumers on the nature of the lab-grown diamonds. So through this education, the consumers won't make mistakes, may not be confused by with the lab-grown diamonds or natural diamonds or CZs or moissanite. So they can have a clear picture of what diamond is. Through this, they can show the special technology to the consumer by the growers. And while the retailers may focus on telling their product story, telling their consuming culture. Through this marketing cooperation, as I mentioned in the July forum in Dubai, I think there should be a mechanism, a cooperation between the growers and the retailers, so we can come to a full picture of lab-grown diamonds presenting to the consumers. Thank you. I would say our group can take a lead for educating the end users, because I've posted certain links on the chat, and if you can see, we are trying to a bridge between the end consumers, and that is how our Cutwise platform is. Basically, we try to educate all across the globe what exactly all these diamonds are all about. So sometime, say, if you just go through the cutwise.com, it will talk about what is LGD, what is natural diamond, what is a fancy color natural diamond, what is a fancy color lab-grown diamond, or basically what is tracing, because we are partners with GIA, we are partners with DBS, we are partners with DTC Botswana. Idan was with me in Botswana when I was there. And see, because we were there from the natural diamond industry, right from the beginning, we know what is what, including if you are knowing or if you are not knowing, we have the largest machines supplied even to GIA, because GIA is the foremost laboratory, and GIA uses certain machines of us, especially for scanning, because of the highest accuracy in terms of the measurement, the fire brilliance, and at the same time color and clarity as well. So we can take that task of educating the client, educating the customers. As per Bhagavad Gita, we say that we had been given certain duty. See, this doesn't generate any business, but eventually it may generate a business. But by education, definitely end user will be more aware of this product as well. And this product is excellent product. See, LGD is an excellent product made by humans. Only problem is that certain times these kind of people, like what Zulu was saying and like what Roger was saying, that people try to fool by making different products and trying to fool the LGD also.
Now, there is no competition within natural and LGD. There is, but if you try to cheat your customer by providing a very, very low cost cubic zirconia instead of a LGD, that's a real kind of a breach. So we try to educate, we will take that onus and we'll definitely try to breach that.
I'm thinking aloud right now that who would educate at mass level, who would invest funds in it? What are your thoughts?
Education it's not a process of individual. I believe it's a process of collective. So together, industry at every level, like as Utpal says, they are capable of educating people as a technology level, Liang as a growing level, and Roger as a growing level, us as a more on the jewelry side. So it's a collective effort. Growers, all the people who have a higher stake in this business is responsible for education. It's not someone's particular job to go and do the education. But what important is that at any stage of the business you are sending, it's your duty to provide the best possible knowledge to the consumers, the best transparent knowledge to the consumers, and let consumers decide the way they can, or the retailers decide what they want to go forward. I believe there is some important role of the associations could be possible as well. Let's say I'm a part of international diamond growing association. So what is that association is also putting towards more educations to the industry. Though people need to be, all the growing industry need to be part of one umbrella where we can collectively go very focused marketing efforts towards the consumer side to the retailer side. So it's part of all stakeholders to get more in education. I believe more serious role or responsibility goes to the growing side because their stake is the highest in this business. I believe their investment is the top highest investments. Like we see the miners in the natural diamond industry is more proactive than even the retailers sometimes. So these exactly the duties and the roles, I believe it's possibly similar of the growing players who call themselves one of the largest grower and has a bigger in a stake in the industry. So they need to come collect together. I'm not talking about the growers who have a 5-10 machines in all, but those who are having more than 100 machines or up to 1,000 machines or more. These people need to come collectively. And if you're talking about the funds to be put forward, so these are the time for them to be put forward some funds and create global campaign where the positive messages can go forward, communicate with the consumers. That will create more impact in the overall industry, the positivity about that. And more people will join that. Even retailers will join them. Even the small players will join again. But this is collective efforts. I don't see this as an individuals can take this lead and they will be success as well. No individual can be success. I put $1 million to promote lab-grown diamond. Doesn't work. It's someone need to come, a neutral umbrella, promote the industry, not an individual company.
See, for the natural diamond industry, major part has been played by the labs as well, like GI, IGI, HRD, and in fact AGS as well. So they had played a certain part because they are into education as well. Like GI education is there, IGI education is there. So there is certain part which has to be played by the laboratory. But the worst part is that these lab-grown diamond product do not carry that much weightage, which your certification cost also can be absorbed. So basically, there were people who were arguing that why certification cost has to be added to this product. At the same time, we think that yes, in a way, right, that suppose if you are selling $1,000 piece and if you are expending some $200 or $200 as a certificate for lab grown, then it doesn't justify. So yeah, self-certification, branding, taking the onus, taking the responsibility of your own product, and education by certain third parties. Yes, your association can be good. The major stakeholders of the diamond growers is good. But as I said once again, we will be very happy to be the part of whatever education is there, because you won't believe we conduct a conference every month. Every month we have got a very big auditorium at our big facility in Lexus Ichhapur. And we conduct every month a conference, and there are more than 250 people come every month. And this is basically, I would like to say that this is our trade secret that we had grown, because by educating our end users, or in fact our machines users, we had been given feedback, and through which we had developed. So yes, collective efforts are needed, very much needed, in fact, and all can be connected through an association which you are referring to.
Thank you, Utpal, for inviting us to the Itchhopper facility. I've been there, so and I've seen, right, the 250 people auditorium. And thank you for sharing your thoughts on this. So I was making notes while you guys were sharing. So what do you guys think should be the messaging to the consumers? Right now, it's focused on sustainability, eco-friendly, cost-effective, alternative to natural. So we need a better story, right, as an industry. So where do you start with the narrative?
First of all, when it's come to education, what you are doing now, Sandhya, and setting this up, it's a kind of education. You will have followers, you will have viewers, 25,000 K, or maybe more, hopefully 50,000. This is education. That we engage in these kind of discussions is engaging. Every customer who buy a stone and are happy about their experience, the service level, how you package everything, who sold it, is education. The standard of how we talk will be, I would say, fixed of us during we grow. I think it's very hard to find a collective and copy or take inspiration of the natural diamond industry, where a certain area is controlled by specific parts. That's not the future. That's not the generation said. That's not how they would like to be run. Everyone has the responsibility to contribute in the education. I'm strongly believe that. And as long as it's not fixed, structured, and have had his position, people will try to use this to come up with ideas in lower prices, wrong product, etc., etc. Everything will fall in place. It will be a little bit a rocky road from time to time, but it will fall in place. So just talk about it, whatever it is, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere. It's a message.
In 2019, when we launched Smiling Rocks, the first piece of jewelry when we made it, the same time we made our brand book together, which is very a compact brand book, and we give it to the retailers, and we tell them, like, every piece of jewelry when customers buy from you, please give this book to them. This book is kind of a small education book for the consumers. When they go back home, they recall their purchase about lab-grown diamonds, and they go through this book. They'll give you a little education about how the diamond grows, what are the differences between natural diamond and the lab-grown diamonds, what are the chemical, optical, characteristic of these diamonds are. So it's a little educations. We want consumers to be empowered more, educate more, and then come back again with the more clear mind and then buy more jewelry. So that's kind of like a small step that we have taken in 2019 when we launched the brand, and successfully we are selling. We're giving this little book to every consumers who buy our brand. So this is our efforts that we are giving on our stage. As Roger says, that in any possible way, then when you empower consumers, it's giving you a confidence. They're giving them confidence to bank on the industry, and that's how you can do via branding, messaging, sustainability. Every true messages that consumers should know, they should get from the industry, whether it's a retailers or direct consumers.
Diamonds are for everyone, isn't it?
That's the slogans that we are pushing right now. Diamonds are for everyone.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. It's perfectly okay. Diamonds are for everyone. That's the tagline for the your lab-grown diamond industry. And I would rather add one more thing, Zulu, that when you are giving a booklet, being in the technology, you can give, I'll share you one thing, which will be very much interesting for you. Because of this digital era, instead of a whole booklet, just give a small kind of a QR code and your product. This is an idea. You can adapt, or you can edit, or you can do whatever you want. But this is a kind of a product At the same time, it gives you certain idea that what exactly your product is, and it gives you branding as well. Because if you're suppose Smiling Rocks is giving this kind of card instead of a booklet, see, booklet, there is a cost involved. When you're putting a QR code, like see, today you go to a restaurant, even though COVID has gone, but still in the menu, it's always a QR code. Sir, do you have a camera? Just scan it. You know why? The menu also gets kept on changing. They can keep on changing the menu. You can have different cuisines. How much time you will be making a prints? So just a small idea. Maybe you can take it or you can reject it. It's up to you.
Thank you so much, Utpal. Appreciate it. We're working with IGI and different labs, GSI, and rebranding our products with them. But yes, this is a great idea that you were just mentioning. That this is what exactly we are pushing right now as well. But yes, we had a different aspect to add as well. That's what we want to give it to our retailers.
Yes, I want to iterate that. I agree with Zulu that the marketing or the consumer education should be collective. And I also want to echo Roger and Mistry that the marketing is also innovative. Since lab-grown diamond is an innovative product, it is a high technology product. It has a lot of flexibility and a lot of potential energy. So I think it brings us a lot of area for marketing. We don't need to focus in a very small, narrow space for marketing. So we have a very broad picture for the lab-grown diamond marketing. So I think through our collective efforts from the whole value chain, we can make a very innovative marketing. And as for the most effective side, I think that would be in the growing side and the retail side. I think that's why I will encourage the growers and the retailers to collaborate in marketing, especially for lab-grown diamonds. Thank you.
Thank you, Liang. And I'm glad you pointed about weddings. I have a question about it, but prior to that, we were speaking about associations. So I will ask about that first, since I made that note while you guys were talking about associations, right? So what do you think about the associations and the industry bodies and their role? In the first round table, I heard like Amish was very vocal saying that the associations aren't really doing enough, especially when it comes to lab-grown diamonds. Your thoughts, Liang, your thoughts, Roger, Utpal, Zulu?
Importance of association is very crucial in any industry. The association always set up the guidelines, always put forward the industry in front and give the best educations, neutral educations to the consumers, retailers, all the partners they needed. And that's always in the better of the industry only. But any association runs with the members, any association runs with the members' interest, and any association can be sustained with the participations of the people. What I have seen, which is sad right now, the lab-grown industry is kind of scattered. It's not collectively in one page. Everybody in the industry is giving the best of their efforts on their own individuals. What it needed to become at one stage. And as I said again, like the biggest role is of the growers, I believe, which is indirectly they have lost millions of dollars in this restructuring of the price. This would have been done in earlier stage or come in at one clear guideline of the industry under one banner of the association. This could have a different scene or different like a profit they might be enjoying. But anyway, this is a very generic problem. So any industry has been gone through in the early stages. But right now the time is that everybody come and should be the part of the association, should run the association. So as I'm part of one association, is called ICTA. They're trying their best to put forward whatever they can. Maybe they have some limitations of the participations by the members or the stakeholders, but this need to be run. And the role of the association, I believe, is always important. Individuals can't be enough to support the industry, but collective is always the best for the industry. So if you ask me about who can lead, the associations can lead, and who will be the association, everyone could be a part of the association, that they put one umbrella in front, which is neutral, and then everyone can enjoy.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to share their thoughts on association? I have a question about overproduction, but I'll wait.
We are quite neutral in a way. We neither are selling diamonds, neither are we are purchasing diamonds. So yes, we'll be always helping this industry because there are things which we like. Actually, we love to innovate in the technology sectors and software sectors and likewise. But at the end of the day, we would be happy to help anyone. And in fact, like what I am seeing Sandhya smiling, I invite you all at the Ichhapur facility of ours, where you will see a world-class facility, and that has actually generically evolved in last 32 years. See, won't believe, I was just 22 or 23 when I entered into this diamond industry. I was a fresh electronics engineer. I was a BTech engineer. That's it. Simple. BE electronics, a gold medalist from the university, and straight away in a year, I don't know how, but it is all God driven. So I came into this diamond industry, and this has given us such a fame and everything. Now it is much of a time. I'm now 55, 56. So I like to give back in a way that a certain education, certain things by which, by any means, if we can help, by any means, whether it is an association, whether it is a kind of a talk, a neutral talk, not talking about anyone in person. Like suppose if I talk about X party or Y party or likewise, because we know each and every one. But we don't want to promote anyone, but we want to promote the lab-grown diamond industry as a whole. And they should earn. Basically, our idea is that you should earn. If you don't earn, then it is a big issue because you won't be able to do any kind of research because government won't be funding you for sure. Thank you.
Yes, I want to say that according to my experience in some international meetings or organizations, I think I agree with Mistry that we are still a young baby in the global industry. And I also agree with you that we do need some organization to support and to promote the industry. We need terminology, we need marketing, we need consumer education, and yeah, we need a lot of things to do. But we also should understand that it is difficult at this moment to find out one strong sponsorship for the organization to operate. So according to my experience in some organizations, it is very interesting that this international forum can be organized by the community itself. I have participated in some semiconductors community conference. They organize globally, maybe 1 year and a conference. They were organized by the local community. And we can consider that whether the media or the platforms can organize in a rotation mechanism to organize the global lab-grown diamond conference, brainstorming, and to promote the whole industry. And through this, we can attract a sponsorship from the brands, from the growers, and from the capitals. I think that will be worth consideration. So this is my thought in the organization and the promotion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Liang, for sharing your thoughts. And since there's been a lot of chatter on LinkedIn about overproduction and diminishing the prices, I'd love to hear your thoughts, Liang, Utpal, Roger, Zulu, about this.
You won't believe. I had heard that one more big player is coming up, very, very big player. They are having huge numbers of machines for growing to be installed. So there will be definitely an overproduction for sure. But that doesn't mean that the price should decline. It is a luxury, a fashion product. A certain innovations are needed for sure. Certain marketing strategy, whatever we are discussing right now in this forum, there should be crux taken out of this conference, this forum, and collectively everyone should have a certain, as I am always saying, there should be always a certain profit margin. Otherwise, just burning your pockets and just trying to compete with each other will kill the entire business. So basically, the fact is, from this particular forum, from this particular conference, certain good things should be taken out, and you are the best person to write it down. So whenever you are compiling everything, just jot down whatever all positive things coming out of this conference or from these videos. Likewise, thank you.
My voice on this is, I believe that this is a temporary situation and it will go over. It's a non-mature industry, as we have discussed and said so many times during this roundtable discussion, and many new companies trying to find their place and their position. The natural players' voice will fade out. They need to start to focus on themselves instead of divide and conquer someone else, if you ask me. I think if you really look into the industry today, to find really good quality of lab-grown diamonds is not super easy today in a decent size. It's not easy. It's easy to produce low quality, small stones that you need to sell and flip over the desk. But to produce quality is not super easy. It's a lot of investment in the technology, in the understanding, be long-term vision in what you are doing. This will take time. And yes, brands will fade out, producer will fade out, but the one who really have a long-term view on this will conquer and be there in the end. I am religious sure on that. So where to play will be clear, and focus on what you are good at and what you can bring, and the consumer will choose.
Yes, that it is the so-called the invisible hand. I believe in that. That is the market. And I also believe in the diversity. You may be focused on quality, and he may focus on the price. So there will be a balance. So no worry about it.
Brilliant. Wonderful. Just imagine that probably you were right now speaking with the consumer and you were addressing them. So what would you tell them if you were directly addressing them about lab-grown diamonds? Any one of you who would like to take this one?
Yeah, I have been talked many consumers directly. I have an experience standing behind the counters to address the consumers, understanding their thoughts about the lab-grown diamond. And the most important part is why they are selecting lab-grown diamond, what are their current thoughts are. You will be very happy to know that the new consumer's mindset is totally different than what we are imagining right now. Their value perception is totally different than what the previous generation had. They are very tech-savvy generations. They are generations who are putting value in their purchases. They are the generation who looking at very differently of their purchase than we had done it before in the past. So they more care about this world. They're very serious about this world. And they have found that lab-grown diamond is a great substitute of their purchase in the luxury. And then very important, it's also helping them in financially. They're not only looking at the price, but they're looking at the very other positive sides of the lab-grown diamond. People are questioning that lab-grown diamonds are sustainable or not. They're 100% sustainable, are much better than sustainable than the mined diamonds today. The only point is that how transparent the messages that you can provide to the consumer. So that's why education is very important. When the consumers started getting this information, they are 100% making their minds to purchasing the lab-grown diamond. I have always talked with my retail partners, and I will tell them like, what is happening when you giving an options of lab-grown diamond to your consumers when when they're stepping into your store, buying XYZ products from your stores. They say 100 times when I have offered a lab-grown diamond as an option, they have gone to the lab-grown diamond. So this is the mindset what these consumers are putting right now. So as Roger just mentioned, the branding, the correct messaging, the classic presentation, and the correct education will drive consumers differently. And that is what exactly happening right now. Imagining we are not even putting in front enough education for the consumers collectively. What happened if we all are collectively put this forward? The turnover, what we are talking about, this is a 12 billion or 20 billion industry today. It will turn multiple ring. We're only talking about 2 to 3% of the user who is using natural diamond in this world. We're talking about another 80-90% of the consumers who haven't even touched the diamond. And lab grown is the blessing for them. Everybody wants jewelry. Everybody wants diamonds in their house. Lab grown will provide this sentiment to them. And again, the emotions, the connectivity to the jewelry, it comes even the stones from the beach. If you giving to your girlfriend or boyfriend a stone from the beach where you visiting together, still the emotions is there. So the lab grown diamond carry the same emotions what my diamond is carrying today. It's the gifting culture, the proposing culture, everything is providing through this business. So no matter what people say, this industry will be flourished like anything, and this industry is going to be put in front the best possible luxury to the consumer's hand. Yeah, that's what my thoughts are.
The very important thing is it is a conflict free. You won't believe we are working so hard with DBS and GI and everyone for the tracing things and finding the DNA of the natural diamond to their baby is coming out of it. I'd given you one link as well. We are working very strongly for that, but it is very hard part. But believe me, Russian diamonds and these diamonds and conflict diamonds, there is no conflict in the lab-grown diamond industry. There is no conflict. So it is a conflict-free, a test tube baby, or a look alike, and that gives in fact, natural diamond gives a kind of advantage to us. There are certain things which we can compare, like chemical properties, physical properties, and everything. So in fact, fighting with natural diamond industry doesn't help. In fact, it is a kind of a boon that we have a natural diamond. We can say that chemically both are test tube baby. The lab-grown diamond is a test tube baby grown in a lab, exactly having same physical chemical property, and at the end it is conflict free. But one more thing, as I have completely always stressed you about the design things, and Roger was saying that producing a good quality diamonds, whether material wise, it's design wise, is a challenge, and that challenge the industry should take it up. We are here to help once again, both way. So most welcome anytime. If you have time to come to Surat, Lian, Roger, Zulu, do visit us, and we'll have a much more a broader vision, and you'll take up certain things. Means we'll have a kind of a very good healthy discussions as well.
Thank you for the invitation.
I think most of the things is already said here, but no big difference to sell a car or a suit or a watch or whatever it is to sell a lab-grown diamond or a natural diamond. It's the same kind of emotion. It's the same kind of things that need to touch the consumer. And I believe that what's really have driven the new generation or the young generation Z into this is because it's a transparent product. It's easy to see. It's easy to understand. It's beautiful. And how many products you can do so many things. We can be in the sound system in a Bugatti or in a BMW 7. We can be on a beautiful ring, in a watch, in a semiconductor, in a wafer, in a drill, or whatever. It's so many usage for this beautiful product. So just don't focus on one thing. The potential is huge. It's amazing. I'm happy every day when I wake up.
I think we, as the player in the lab-grown sector, I think we all have thousands of answers to the consumers why they should buy a lab-grown diamond. So what we can talk with the consumers that we should have an insight in the consumer's mind to find out the place of the consumer's mind where we can sit in and to find out the right demand in the consumer's mind. So once we find out the place, the position of the demand of the consumer's mind, and then we can get the answer. So from the sustainability, from the price, from the conflict-free, and from the innovation, I think there are a lot of answers. So this brings us a lot of imaginative innovations in developing the marketing and for the lab-grown diamonds. Thank you.
Thank you, Liang. Thank you, Roger, Utpal, Zulu. A while back, we spoke about passion, and so it's slightly related and slightly unrelated, maybe a little offbeat, but I would really love to understand what makes you passionate about this business and what inspires you, what diamond means to you. Any one of you who would like to take this one?
But diamond is a god to us in a way, because it has given bread and butter right from the beginning. When I was quite young, I was naive. We were from a lower middle class. We had reached such an height, and the diamond has given such a beautiful, it's a beautiful product, beautiful things, and the entire industry loves it. We are blessed, in fact, in this industry. And we love that. In fact, I'm talking to my younger generations, my son and that, but of course, they are into aerospace things, but still, I'm trying to convince them that the diamond still keep a touch of diamond, because diamond has given us such a big, good fortune. And so, yes, diamond is a god for us. If you call God or the Almighty or someone powerful enough, it has given us a lot of things. And the whole industry, in fact, the diamond industry, whether you consider a natural or a lab grown or a laboratory or the DBers or whosoever they had been a kind of phenomenal for us. So diamond is a god for us. What's your idea, Zulu? You're smiling.
Because we're from Smiling Rocks.
Yeah, good. Smiling dogs is such a nice thing.
Well, it's a different motive for us to be in this industry. Number one, I have few reasons that if I'm saving a huge money of the consumers and giving them the same luxury, I would do it for whole my life. Number two, it's giving me also, like a motive to run my business, because Smiling Rocks is a philanthropic business model where we are sharing percentage of our business turnover to the charity, and through this business that it's giving me an opportunity to giving back to the community, and we are very happy and proud doing this. So it helps me running every day to doing something better. So I'm very thankful that we got lab-grown diamond business in our hand, and then we are very fortunate to have a great partners as the retailers with us. So yeah, so that's every day, as Roger says, when he wake up every day, he smiles and happy. It's the same thing for us.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and I will just ask a second last question before I let you all rest. So your thoughts on your recommendation, one big recommendation that you have for the lab-grown diamond industry's brighter and better future. Who would like to take this one?
Touch the customer and educate them, and keep on innovating, keep on designing new things. Always, because see, these products give you a certain chance that you can design a new diamond. Just don't make a typical round brilliant diamond. Make something fancy, innovate, do something different, because this product is not a standard diamond. It is a lab-grown diamond. You can have a design thing. You can make, you won't believe, such a nice, we are going to conduct a design competition in the entire community, and we'll be asking everyone to design their own diamond, and the best design we'll try to give certain things to them. Because in a way, when you design certain things, it gives a kind of adrenaline also, that you have designed your own thing, and when you gift it to someone, it's a priceless, because it's not a typical diamond, round brilliant diamond with 41 points, this is degree and this is no. Design something new, market it, educate it, make a brand. So touch your customer, touch base your customers, educate them. And as Zulu was saying, there's always a smile when he saves money or he gives value of that diamond to his customer. That's my message.
Anybody else who would like to answer this one before I ask my final question?
I would say that lab-grown diamond is an energetic product, bringing unlimited imagination to the market. And we can find a lot of diversities in the market with very broad future, a very broad picture, rather than simply playing the price game. So let's use our innovative mind to grow this brilliant lab-grown diamond.
Thank you, Liang. Roger, your thoughts?
No, I will say I follow the rest of the table. Follow and listen to the consumer will be the most important thing we can do. be prepared to invest in new technology, be very agile in your business, and try to navigate as steady as possible. At the same time, you are open to new directions.
Thank you. Now, my final question. Your plans for 2024. How do you plan to continue to inspire, impact the industry in 2024? Who would like to take this one?
At Smiling Rock's point, that we are continuing flourishing with our B2B channels, that they are our partners, that we are working together. As a brand, we are putting more stronger steps ahead to put the great impact in the consumer's mind and the end consumers. We are trying to be as visible possible in 2024 because we see the year is coming for all of us to go globally now. So Smiling Rocks is entering in the global level. So we are very optimistic about the future right now, and we are very, very happy with the growth that we have currently. I think, but not for us, but it's for the whole industry. This is the bright future coming. All we have to ready with the right mindset, right educations, and great collective efforts to put the industry at the best step.
Thank you, Zulu.
Yeah, I will say it's the same from our side at 2.4. Develop the new technology that we have in line in production, work with the standard and increase the standard to really, really, really develop amazing, beautiful, high quality product together with an amazing staff, and continue to strive for a good business.
Yes, thank you. Yes, as for my side, and also I'm also on behalf of Christian as the grower, in 2024, we will be confident, and we will be innovative, be professional, and be close to the consumers, and to be corporate in the whole value chain. And then we will be there. So this is a simple language, but I believe which will lead to our success. Thank you.
For us, because this is a new product, we are coming up with more robotics and AI-based solutions on our cloud. So there will be a lot of new things which you will see. We have ethical pledge. Normally, we develop 2 new products every year. This is our ethical pledge. So you can understand from last 30 years, we have more than 60, 70 diamond machineries and tools or something product. So this year, we have concentrated on the lab-grown diamond industry to make it more affordable and to introduce certain robotics and AI onto the cloud technologies for even designing and likewise. So we are working very hard towards it. Probably just like Roger says, inshallah, and likewise everyone, like we are Hindus, but we say that all gods are the same, but we will definitely get success. Yeah.
Thank you, Utpal. Thank you, Liang, Roger, Zulu, for sharing your thoughts, your insights, and thank you for your time. And thank you for being such an important voice for the industry. I really look forward to seeing you rise, shine, accomplish, educate, and so much more in 2024. All the very, very best.